I gently shake her, but in response she only tightens her arm's grip on me and sighs a little. Yeah, she knows you're there. She wants you to stay. My resistance to this potion crumbles rather quickly. Position. The feeling of her body breathing steadily is both calming and incredibly stimulating at the same time. Bro, don't get a hard on while you're there. That'll be awkward. My breathing cannot decide if it wants to relax or speed up. Relaxation wins, and I find myself putting an arm around Emmy. Think I'm in love. The words slip out and hang in the air unnoticed. At least I hope they've gone unnoticed. Emmy whimpers weakly through her dream, and her grip suddenly tightens again. For the first time since I've known her, I see tears running down Emmy's face. Oh, bet you it's a nightmare of, when her dad died. It feels like my heart is about to break. I instinctively tighten my own grip and stroke her hair in what I hope is a soothing manner. Words of comfort, meaningless in this situation, spring to mind. Maybe I should wake her. Are you supposed to wake people having nightmares? I can't for the life of me remember. The decision is taken from me as Emmy suddenly jerks awake with a cry. Dad! This is more than I think I want to hear without her knowing. I quickly sit upright and gently shake her shoulder to stir her. Yeah, that's probably the best thing. Hey, you okay? What a silly question. Huh? What? Hisao? She shakes her head as if to clear it and quickly wipes her eyes. You had a nightmare, I think. Emmy shudders again and glances up at me a little cautiously, as if unsure whether or not she's actually up. Yeah, I guess so. You want to talk about it? A speedy internal debate seems to be going on in her head, which resolves itself with a shrug. Nah, I don't really remember much of it. I'm pretty sure she's lying to me, but somehow I don't think I should press the issue. You seem to have much better judgment in Emmy's path, it appears, Hisao. Good boy. Emmy shudders again and turns toward me, looking a little sheepish. Sorry for falling asleep on you like that. I keep my voice as soothing as I can. Hey, don't worry about it. You've been ill. Yeah, I guess that cold medicine's just made me a little drowsy. I guess so. Emmy does not strike me as the sort of person who'd fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Rin maybe, but Emmy's far too energetic. Emmy gives a half smile at my response, and then just like that she's back to her old self. Well, prepare yourself for tomorrow morning, Hisao. We'll have to go twice as hard to make up for today. But I went running this morning. You were the only slacker. No excuse. Oh fine, I'll be ready for you. Emmy nods satisfied. Good. I take this as my cue to exit. Well, I'd better be going, especially if I want to get enough sleep for tomorrow. I hop off the bed and head for the door. Hey, Hisao? I pivot neatly on my heel and face Emmy. She opens her mouth to say something, and then in another first, I see her father slightly. Sorry, that's a big mistake. I see her falter slightly. I apologise for that. Oh, that's... yeah. I think you know why I'm apologising. She closes her mouth and opens it again. Thanks. For dropping by, I mean... you're kind of the first visitor I've ever had who wasn't Rin. Now that's surprising. I would figure that Emmy'd have people dropping by all the time. She's certainly popular enough, or so I thought, always talking to people in the hallways. Emmy hesitates again. And thanks for staying round after well... A look of pain flits across her face. You know, it helped. She brightens back up and waves cheerily at me. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you later. Just about to exit the door when something makes me turn around again. Hey Emi. Anytime you need to talk, let me know, okay? Emi seems taken aback by this offer. Her grin gets even wider. Sure thing, Hisao. See you in the morning. I exit Emi's room with my head in a whirl. Should I have even left? Was she really okay? I want to turn around and march back down the hallway, open the door and tell her, I love you, Emi! But I don't. Tell her I love her. Tell her I think she's beautiful. Tell her that I'll be there when she needs me. I want to stay with her. To hold her close as she falls back to sleep. How many nights has she woken up like that? Only to find that nobody's there. Wow, I never thought of it like that. That's kind of sad. I want to be that person she can be with when that happens. It's a silly thought, I know. We don't know each other that well, do we? The whole idea, while exhilarating, also makes me feel worry. Worry, perhaps, that I'd overstepped my bounds. And now to add to my troubles, it seems as if Emi herself has already has an interest in someone else. It's not true. This track captain of hers who seems so interested in her well-being. True, I've only seen the two of them together a few times, I haven't, but that doesn't change the fact that they seem better suited to one another. There's really nothing that can be done about that. I need to take my mind off this whole situation. Go have a quickie, Hisao, go on. If you got no tissues, just use an old sock. I've got homework to do. Yeah, homework really should be in quotation marks if you know what I mean. I've got homework to do. Maybe that will distract me. No, a quickie might distract you. You know, you're a bit frustrated. You know, you need one to sort of let it out. You know, just a quick sort of. Oh yeah. That was rather quick, but I mean, you know, hey, for all we know, Hisao might have a problem in that area. You know, premature. Let's just say. A night of restlessness has left me feeling fairly groggy this morning. I need a drink. Otherwise, my voice will start to sound very groggy. The events of the previous day keep intruding upon my mind. The memory of how Emi felt against me. The memory of our wrestling match. And most bothersome, the memory of her nightmare. She was in so much pain. I can't stop wondering what it must be like for her to wake up with nobody there. The shower shocked me awake with hot water. Awake, but still worried. Oh, I know that kind of shower. Have you ever had that kind of shower where you just, you know, you're worrying about something, you know? I'm sure you've all had it. You've all had that time in your life, you know? You're worrying, you're pretty worried about something. You go and have a shower, and you just stand there, in the shower, letting the water flow onto you, and you're just thinking about that thing that's worrying you. Sometimes it can be a good thing. You know, I'm going to put that out there. If you're worrying about something, go have a shower. Sometimes a cold shower can be the best. You know, not like freezing cold, but you know, cold enough so that you can tell that it's cold, and just stand underneath the shower. What will happen today? Will things just go back to normal? End of the episode? Back to the status quo? There was a connection yesterday. Something that nearly pushed us past the boundaries of normal friendship. Would that have been so bad? My mind goes back to the look in Emi's eyes after our pillow fight. It almost seemed like she was daring me to go on. Almost. But I can't know for sure. Anyway, the track captain probably has first in her sorry. Anyway, the track captain's probably first in her affections. But even as I say that, my mind is already snorting derisively. I'm just looking for an excuse, a reason for everything to go wrong, a reason to not try. It's not as if I've ever seen the two of them together outside track practice. And clearly he's never visited. Emi said as much herself. If they were so close, surely he'd visited. It's such a wuss. I ought to just go for it anyway. Damn the consequences. What I mean, to be quite honest, you're not going to have that many consequences. Okay, yes, you will most likely no longer have Emi as a friend because, well, from my history of these sort of things, once you know, ask a girl out or, you know, whatever, and they reject you, it's pretty hard to sort of make a friendship continue after that, because things get pretty awkward. You can pretend for as long as you want, but you know that both of you aren't going to be proper friends anymore. That's what Emi would do. I think, hell, I know that's what she'd do. Which is particularly why I'm convinced there's no interest on her end. She hasn't acted either. Maybe because of this track captain. It's possible she's got a bit of an unrequited crush thing going on. Who would be able to clarify their relationship? Sure as hell can't be Emi. She'd probably just laugh and ask why I wanted to know. I'm not ready to answer that yet. Rin would probably just give me some cryptic answer or something. And then with my luck, she'd just ask Emi, who would ask me why I wanted to know, and I've already covered that problem. I wonder, could I get away with asking the nurse? He seems pretty protective of me, Emi. I'm sure he'd know something if something was up. And he owes me for not letting Emi know he forgot to tell me about her being ill, so he'll keep quiet. What if he asks me why I want to know though? He knows that you're into Emi, and he knows that Emi's into you, so he's got your back. He's a good wingman. I can shake him off. Just say I'm curious as a friend. He'll buy that, won't he? No, he won't. He's smarter than that. Of course. That's settled then. After the run, I'll talk to him while Emi's waiting outside the office. There's no sign of Emi when I arrive at the track. Is she still too ill? Maybe she's having second thoughts of what happened the previous night. I decide to give her 10 minutes. I'm a little early, and she was ill yesterday, so if she takes a while to show up, it shouldn't be surprising. Still, I'd hate to just waste my time, so I occupy myself by stretching and pacing back and forth anxiously. What if I went too far yesterday? What if she doesn't come because she's embarrassed? What if... whew. I was starting to worry there a second as well, actually. Oh, Hisao, you fucking get me worried, goddamn. You're early again, Hisao. I'm impressed. Just like that, I feel some of the tension leaving my body. Phew. Emi seems to be bright and cheerful as usual, with no sign that she was even ill the other day, much less had a less than restful sleep. Still, I have to ask. Sleep well last night? It's just a throwaway question, small talk. Sort of thing people ask someone they bump into in the cafe or getting their morning coffee. But not for us, at least not for me. I don't know if Emi realises that I'm actually concerned about how well she slept last night, but the question does give her pause. After a short moment of what seems like her genuinely pondering this, she nods. Yep, sure did. Was it because of me? Oh, Hisao's thought process is exactly like me. Did I actually help? Or are you just saying that to get me to stop asking questions? Good to hear. Emi grins and begins warming up. So, ready to begin? Am I ready? Of course I'm ready. I was born ready. Emi laughs at my bravado, and we take off running. I keep a steady pace the whole time, breathing steadily. I still feel dead at the end, but at least I don't gasp like a fish out of water now. Emmy is positively beaming after the run today. Nice job, Hisao, you're improving! You'll be half as fast as me in no time. This last line is delivered with a teasing grin that I've grown all too used to. Oh, how exciting. Emmy begins to run her sprints while I take a cooldown lap. She's really pushing herself today. By the time I'm done with my lap, she's laying across one of the bleachers looking exhausted. Goodness, not pushing it a little too much today, are you? You did just have a cold, you recall. Emmy gives an annoyed snort and sits up. Bah! I'm just trying to make up for lost time, that's all. I went twice as hard today, you know. A good run always gets the kinks out, you know. Clears the mind too. Oh? Emmy nods vigorously. Yep, it's a great outlet for that sort of thing. She does not explain further, and I don't ask, thank God. I suspect I know the real reason she went so hard today. I think I know the reason too. I think we all know the reason. Being sick had nothing to do with it. Something's bothering her. Maybe the nightmare? Maybe something else. But it's not my place to pry. She'd tell me if she wanted me to know. I'm sure that comes in handy. You have no idea. The sincerity in her voice confirms my suspicion. The only problem is, even though I know she'd tell me if she wanted me to know, I still want to know. Something on your mind then? Emmy doesn't seem surprised by my question. Instead, she shrugs. Nah, it's nothing worth getting worried about. She seems as if she's trying to convince herself as much as she's trying to convince me. I open my mouth to ask if yesterday is responsible for her current state of mind, but I think better of it. Too much risk of her taking the question the wrong way. Besides, I'm not even sure myself what to think about yesterday. Really, I can go on. I can only get about as far as how it felt to have Emmy sleeping next to me before my brain shuts down. Struggled a bit there. Having her before me now, covered in sweat and looking wryly at me, she's making it difficult to think. Yeah, I hear you. We'd better hurry to see the nurse. We're running short on time. Aren't we always? Emmy laughs at this, a dry chuckle that seems most un-Emmy-like. Too true. For a brief moment, she looks old, worn down by some old hurt. But just like yesterday, I can almost see her shouldering the burden and straightening up slightly. And then she's back to Emmy again. Come on, Hisao, race ya! With a sudden smile, she darts off. Hey, no fair! I take off after her, knowing I won't catch her, but not caring. Even if there's no chance of catching her, I still run after her. Emmy's waiting for me at the door as I arrive. Well, well, look who's finally showing up. Yeah. Enjoy your victory while you can. Emmy grins as the nurse pokes his head out of the door. Well, there you are. Come on in, Hisao. In what has become a familiar routine by now, he checks my blood pressure and my heart rate. A bit fast today, isn't it? Yeah, I kind of raced when you here. The nurse laughs. That's never a good idea. He leans in to whisper to me in a conspiratory manner. I don't know if you've heard, but Emmy's a bit of a track star, sarcastic fucker. I reel back in mock surprise. Really? She never mentioned it before! Two of us share a laugh. Did she do okay today? Cold seemed to bother her? Why don't you ask her? He rolls his eyes in exasperation. Of course I'm going to ask her too, but she'll tell me that she didn't have any problems, regardless of whether or not she did. So she initially, at the start, was spying on me, and now apparently I'm spying on her for the nurse. Oh, Oh, this guy's got us wrapped around his little finger. So I'm asking you, because you're her friend, and would probably tell me if she had trouble today. When he puts it that way, it makes a lot more sense. She seemed pretty good today. If a little more tired than usual. She was already feeling better when I dropped by yesterday, so I'm not that surprised. The nurse nods, though I notice he tenses slightly when I mention yesterday's visit. Well, that's good to hear. I figured it was just a 24-hour thing. Emi tends to recover quickly from colds and the like. Hey, speaking of Emi, she and the track captain, well, you know. A look of suspicion crosses his face. Why do you ask, Hisao boy? Well, it's just that they seem kind of close and I was just curious, you know. And I'd never ask her because that would be kind of embarrassing. So far so good, now to really sell it. Besides, I think that'd make a cute couple. Haha, that was good, that was well done, Hisao. The nurse laughs. Well, I don't suppose you're the first to think that. But I think I can say with some certainty that the two of them will never do anything like that. There you go! There you go! Oh, Hisao reeled him in perfectly. Certainty? Yep. Not that I can tell you, of course. Confidentiality and all that. Yeah, right. You're just like holding a secret over my head. That too. Right, get out of here. I'm a busy man, you know. I roll my eyes at his last statement and head out the door, motioning to Emi to go in. The whole time I'm trying to keep from doing a celebratory dance. The two of them will never do anything like that. That's precisely the sort of thing I wanted to hear. I'm half tempted to make some sort of a move on Emi right now, but I think that the nurse would probably disapprove. Probably just, you know, go in there, sneak up behind Emi and slip it in. She wouldn't even notice. Besides, I still don't know exactly how Emi feels about me. I mean, it's obvious that she cares about me as a friend, but something more than that, I can't be certain. Even so, I can't help but feel hopeful. I just need to figure out a good time to tell Emi exactly how I feel. Oh, you two seem pretty flirtatious all the time, so it shouldn't be too hard. That puzzle should keep me occupied for the rest of the day, at least. The rooftop is completely deserted. Normally, I could count on Rin to be up here before me, but she's strangely absent. I wonder if she's decided to accompany Emi to the cafeteria for once. That seems pretty unlikely, but it's all I can think of right now. Part of me wants to go look for Rin, but a far larger part of me is too pleased with the way the sun feels on my skin to care. I pick idly at my lunch while I wait for Emi and Rin to show up. It does not take long for me to hear the sounds of someone coming up the stairs. I wait until the door begins to open before talking. Took you long enough. Keeping me waiting for you, honestly. I bet you it's going to be like someone like Rin, no, not Rin, Lily or Hanako, or it could even be Kenji, hell. The two of you are... Huh? Well, that's odd. Oh, it's just Emi. Ooh. The only person standing in the doorway is Emi, who looks mildly confused. What do you mean, huh? It's me, you know, Emi. We run in the mornings. She grins and I feel my heart jump slightly in my chest at the sight. Yeah, I knew that, I'm just confused. Where's Rin? Emi's grin is replaced by a rather guilty looking expression. Yeah, about that. I kind of... sort of... gave him my cold. Oh dear. Am I at risk too? It would make sense after all, you did kind of sleep with her. Emi and I were in close contact the other day. So what did she and Rin do that got her ill? Oh, she's bi! Emi's bi! Sorry. Told you I'm getting a cold, man. Oh fuck, Emi gave me her cold. Bitch. It's her after all. Steady on, old lad. Don't go down that road. Rin's just probably got a worse immune system than me. Well, you have started running again, so, you know. And you seem shocked by my comment, like you hadn't considered that before. I hope not. You feel terrible if you get ill because of me, Hisao? Oh man, I think I feel a fever coming on. Emi looks horrified and then quickly shifts into a more angry expression. Hisao! You stop getting sick this instant. I won't have it. Impulsively, she seizes me by the collar. Are you listening to me? Hisao's immune system? Get your ass in gear. I give a smart salute. Duly noted, ma'am. Emi steps back and nods satisfied. Good. You are not allowed to miss any of our morning runs after all. But you missed a morning run. Emi crosses her arms and looks at me haughtily. Yes, but that's a special case. It was me and not you. That's not an explanation at all. Emi looks flabbergasted. You're kidding, right? That explanation makes perfect sense. Explanation. No, it doesn't. It's a blatant double standard. I don't see what that has to do with anything. Ah, fine. Emi seems pleased by her victory. Anyway, is Rin going to be okay? She's not terribly ill, right? Emi shakes her head. Nope, she'll be fine. I got her some cold medicine, that should help her. Although, I probably should have made sure she didn't try to take them all at once. She's done it before, you know. Somehow I don't find this all that surprising. I doubt Rin is one to pay attention to maximum dosages and such. Should probably check on her later then, just to make sure. Emi shrugs. I'll stop by after practice. She'll be fine until then. I nod, figuring that line of conversation is over. The only problem is, I don't know what else to talk about. So... that lamppost behind you is pretty cool, huh? Yeah. You got any more track meets coming up? This is a terribly roundabout way of trying to see if she's free on the weekend. If she's free, then maybe I can ask her on a date or something. Well, assuming I can get myself to actually form the words. Yes, that's the hard part. Emi shakes her head. Nah, not for another couple of weeks, I think. The season's winding down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I came in right in the middle of things, didn't I? Does that mean exams are coming up soon? I should probably look into that. What do you mean? What do you do on the weekends if there's not a meet? An eyebrow goes up, and Emi gets a teasing look on her face. You're awfully inquisitive today, aren't you? I shrug and hope it looks casual. Yeah, just making conversation. I don't know what it's like to be a track star after all. Flattery. She waves a hand idly. I'm not actually that good, you know. You just so happen to see me on a good day, is all. You liar. Yeah. But humility is the sign of a good athlete. At least, that's what my dad used to say. Oh, we're getting into, yeah, I'm gonna stop it there, you know, just before we get into, we go from happy to, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about your dad now. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next part. Bye.